Hello guys, so we are going to learn solving of equations using two methods. One is the reduction method and then we will be learning the inversion method. So let's take an example for the reduction method. So we have three equations over here: x minus y plus z equal to 1, 2x minus y equal to 1, 3x plus 3y minus 4z equals 2. Now you just need to be careful here. There is no z term in the second equation, if you notice, but so we have to be putting a 0 in place of z. That I'll explain later. Anyway, so how do we start solving this by the method of reduction? So remember that these three equations can be written in the matrix form as follows. So if you see, I have just picked up the coefficients of every x, y and z and written them horizontally. So 1, minus 1 and 1 comes here, 1, minus 1 and 1. And likewise, you have to be careful over here because there is no z term. So 2, then minus 1, and then there is no z term, that's why a 0 over here. And then the third equation is obviously very easy, 3, 3 and minus 4. Okay, these numbers are written over here. Then of course this x, y, z is what the variables are, and 1, 1 and 2 are basically the constants. Okay, so anyway, so we have this the three equations now been expressed in the matrix form. So how do we solve it? Now the reduction method uses the elementary transformation method actually, but it is a shortened and a truncated elementary transformation method. What we need to do here is, first of all, just get these two to become 0, and then out of these 4 terms we will try to get a 0 in one of them. Okay, so let's see how to make these two zeros. Just like in the inversion, for finding a inverse, we used to use this one to make these two zeros, right? So what we do here is we take R2 and we do minus 2R1, because then 2 minus 2 would become 0, and then we also take R3 and make it minus 3R1, so 3 minus 3 would become 0. All right, so but what happens is, in the process, even these two, these two and even these two would change, right? How do they change? They follow the same way. So minus 1 minus 2 into minus 1 would become minus 1 plus 2, which becomes 1, and then 0 minus 2 into 1 would become minus 2. Then for R3 minus 3R1, 3 minus 3 into minus 1, so that's 3 plus 3, that makes it 6. All right, and then minus 4 minus 3 into 1 would become minus 7. All right, and likewise on the right hand side, 1 minus 2 into 1 would become minus 1, and 2 minus 3 into 1 would become 2 minus 3, which gives you a minus 1. So now you just do this carefully, just read this and apply it to the second row and the third row on both sides, here as well as here. Alright, so this is what we are left with now. Now, like I told you, out of these 4 terms, any one out of these 4 terms has to be made 0. Which is the easiest way of making a 0? Take this 6 and do a minus 6 minus 6 minus 6 times 1 would give you 6 minus 6, 0. And so I'm doing R3 minus 6 R2. That would make it 6 minus 6 into 1, right? But even this would then change, and even this would then change. So likewise, I have now got a 0 here, and then I do minus 7 minus 6 into minus 2 is plus 12, so minus 7 plus 12 is 5. And likewise, minus 1 minus 6 into minus 1, so minus 1 plus 6 is 5. So now we have this situation. Now that I've got 1 0 over here, I'm going to open or multiply these two matrices. Okay, And so how do I multiply? I go this way into this way, right? So 1 into x minus 1 into y plus 1 into z, that will give you x minus y plus z. Then you have 0x plus y minus 2z is equal to minus 1. So that's basically just y minus 2z equal to minus 1. Then you have 0x plus 0y plus 5z equal to 5. So that's 5z equal to 5. And so by doing that and by applying the equality of matrices, you would have x minus y plus z equal to 1, you'll have y minus 2z equal to minus 1, you'll have 5z equal to 5, right? Now 5z equal to 5 would make z equal to 1. You put z in this equation, z ka value, z is equal to 1 in this equation, you get z put as 1 over here. So y minus 2 into 1 is equal to minus 1. Make it y minus 2 equal to minus 1, makes it y equal to 1. Now take y equal to 1, take z is equal to 1 and equate and put it in equation number 1. That in turn would give you the value of x as 1, and that would give you x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1 and z is equal to 1. And that is how the method of reduction is done. I hope you've followed what I've explained. There are some examples for practice that I have written at the end over here, which you can practice the same way. Alright, and I'll see you again in some time. Just follow this